Joyce here, Certified Health Coach. Thanks so much for stopping by. Corn, maize, and elote is such a fascinating ingredient. For one thing, it looks like a vegetable, but in actuality, the plant is a grass, making the inside here, the sphere of corn that has the kernels, grains, all right? They are gluten-free, but they're not classified as vegetables as much as they're supposed to be classified as grains, all right? So today we're going to learn how to pick the corn and prep them. So make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos on prepping and cooking, and watch all the way to the end so you get all the valuable nutrition tips. All right, let's head to the store. Hey guys, I'm here at the grocery store. I'm picking out some corn. So the first thing that you need to know is that don't open these up and ruin it for everyone. So a typical corn cob should be medium size, is 6.5 inches, between 7.5 inches. So let me go ahead and measure these out from bottom to top. So this is a fairly large corn. So I'm gonna get something a little bit smaller than that. Okay. Also, what you need to look for is that the husk is mostly green. So unfortunately right now, the batch isn't like super fresh, but the husk should also be like kind of moist to the touch, all right? So, and then the next thing you want to look for is the corn silk right here, and it should be mostly blonde, like light yellow, but these are kind of a little bit dried, but if you smell it, it should have a little sweet smell to it, and also it should be a little bit like a little sticky to the touch, okay? So I'm just gonna pick a bunch of them, and then the last thing you want to do is to kind of like feel the corn and see if it's firm, okay? So that's basically how you guys pick corn. This abundance of giant edible grass has been cultivated by the people of southern Mexico for over 10,000 years. Gracias a usted y Encyclopedia Britannica. So I'm not gonna go into the rabbit hole of GMO versus non-GMO, but if you are concerned about that, I have some unfortunate news in that it has been a futile attempt on my part, and believe me, I have looked to find organic corn on the cob. It's been, I haven't found it. All right, so I'm sorry for that news, but in any case, if you're looking for organic corn, you can find it in the freezer. I know that sounds kind of weird. How come you can find it in the freezer, but you can't find it in the whole form? So maybe that'll be part of my future video. So enough about that, let's get back to prepping. What you're gonna need is a cutting board, a chef's knife, a large bowl, optional cut glove, one lime for 2 ears of corn, and today we're experimenting with bases. So a shorter base from a shorter bowl, okay? Or a taller base from a ball jar like this. And we'll find out which one creates less mess. All right, to get started, let's go ahead and cut the tip off, and you can feel where that is by doing that. Okay, and we'll turn it over, and we'll feel where the bottom part is, and we'll cut down there as well. And let's put that aside and continue on with the other ones so that we have an efficient process doing this. Now that those are removed, let's go ahead and remove the husk, starting from the tip right here, and just pulling it down and around, okay? So this is the corn silk that you see. Let's place the husk and the corn silk aside and place the cleaned cob in the bowl. And let's do it for the other one. And apparently, each corn silk represents one kernel. Next step is to wash the corn and remove more of the silk if possible. It looks pretty good, and it had a little kernel, and it was nice and sweet. You don't really even have to cook this. A serving size of corn is half a cup, so apparently if you get a medium-sized corn, and that should be between 6.5 and 7.5, All right, so this is a medium-sized corn. You should get about a half a cup of corn. Of course, you can leave the cobs just like this so you can boil them or grill them. But in this video, we're going to cut the kernels from the cob. All right, I have my cut glove on and we're gonna start with our small bowl. So a short base. We'll take one of these cobs, standing up from the bottom, and we're going to slice it down on the sides like this. Okay. And we'll see which one makes the less mess. So far, so good. And I'm cutting towards the pith right here. Okay. Beautiful. All right, there we go. We've prepped that corn cob and we'll try the other way. So we're using a ball jar. This one's a little bit taller for a base. I'm putting my cut glove on. Okay, and let's go ahead and pick this corn right here and standing it up on the base, and again just cutting the side of the corn vertically, and we're cutting towards the pith. Okay, so far mess is about the same. I mean, it's pretty neat right now. None of the kernels have popped out of the bowl, but for a short person like me, I think I prefer the shorter base. If you like what you're seeing so far, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the little bell next to it to stay updated on future videos as soon as they come out. Also, connect with me on Facebook and Instagram at Kala Health and Wellness. And if you're curious about a free consult for coaching services, definitely hit me up. Email me, jm@kalahealthandwellness.com. Just wanted to test out if that guideline of medium-sized corn equaling half a cup of corn kernels is true. So after cutting these two corns, which is about 7.5 inches in size, I got between a cup and a cup and a quarter in corn kernels. So that's a huge difference. That's double half a cup. So I would just recommend buying your ears of corn, shucking it, slicing them up, and measuring them for your recipes. Last thing we need to do to prep the corn is squeeze some fresh lime juice in it. And this is going to make it more digestible, especially if you're eating this raw in a salad like I'm about to. All right, and again, 1 juice of lime for 2 ears of corn. So a serving size of corn is half a cup, and this is what it looks like on the plate. And I put it on this side, or this portion of the plate, because this is a grain, okay? It's not a non-starchy veg like these greens. All right, so that's what it looks like. That wraps up our picking and prepping corn video. I hope you all found some useful and practical tips on this one, and I'd love to know what new thing you learned in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share, or hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you all so much. Also, I want to let you know that I'm putting this video in my Eat 3 or More Veggies a Day series. Even though we know it's not a vegetable, it's a grain, so I'm also putting it in the other playlist called Get Your Whole Grains. All right, so see you guys next week. And until then, remember, you deserve to be happy and healthy.